Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Agatha. It's been a while. I've actually been very busy with school, with work, and personal stuff. So as per your request, a lot of people have been requesting this content. But first, please excuse my face because it's super white today. I think it's super white because of the lighting. Yeah. So the lights are very effective, so I just changed the light bulbs today. So I look so white, so I'm not this white in person, but okay, I hope I don't look like a espasol. But anyway, okay, so a lot of you guys have been requesting to do a video on the cost of living, so I will do that today. Cost of living, of course, I will only be able to share my experience living in Calgary. And I am, well, not yet an expert in this because we haven't been here for too long, but we've made our researches as well. We were able to rent houses, a lot actually. We've moved to around 3 or 4 houses since we came here. It's progressing. So we started out renting a room in a basement, and then we moved into a townhouse, or it's more of like a condominium, a small condominium, and then we moved into a bigger townhouse. So this townhouse is actually more of like a house already. So we'll talk about cost of living. We'll focus on the most important things that you have to find out what their costs are. We're looking at housing, so accommodation, transportation, utilities, grocery. I think we can start from there. So now with accommodation here in Calgary, it's very different. It's very different. It ranges depending on which type of accommodation and which area. So here in Calgary, we have southeast, southwest, northeast, and northwest. So we are located in southeast. We've always been located in southeast, even if we've moved to 3 different accommodations. They are all situated in southeast. But based on my research, I would say cheaper housings, lesser costs would be around in the northeast area. But basically you are staying in southeast, although it's not really very high here in southeast, but southeast is, this is quite a newer neighborhood, a newer community. So I would say maybe it's a little bit on the pricier side, but again, I would say it's still reasonable. So I'll be discussing about my experience. Now, the first time that we went here, we rented a room in a house. So that's a room in the basement. So because it's only just me and my youngest daughter who first came here to Calgary, so we didn't really need a lot of space, and we wanted to be with someone in the house because you know, we wanted some support as well. We wanted to be with friends, and then just someone that we can talk to, look into a lot of things here in Canada. Yeah, so we were paying I think, yes, the offer was 550. So 550 Canadian dollars per month. That is already inclusive of the utilities. So the utilities are electricity, gas, water. So those are already part of it. Now, when it increased, because I got my youngest, I got my other daughter, I got my son, and then I got my husband. So it increased up to around 750 per month. So we just added the utilities for every person. And then when the family was complete, then one room wasn't enough for us. So that one room, since it was in the basement, it has its own bathroom. So we had our own bathroom. It's not inside the room, it's outside the room, but you have your own bathroom. And then the laundry area was also part of what we can use, and we also share common spaces like kitchen, living room, but we just don't go out that much. And then since our family was growing here in Canada, and I already have my kids and my husband, we decided to move into our own place, just because There are restrictions as well on how many people can be in a house, be in a room. And also, since we have kids, it's hard to confine them into such a small space, and they're noisy and all of that. So we wanted our own space. Now, we looked into the area that we were in, but we weren't able to find a condominium or an apartment or a house for rent, which was within the budget. And so we moved a little farther. We moved into the Seton area that is still in Southeast area. So it's a newer community with lots of new condominiums, apartments, and houses as well, townhouses. So we were able to get 1,300. So it's like a townhouse with 2 bedrooms. Yes, with 2 bedrooms. It's a townhouse, but it's divided into the upper level and the main level. So there was another occupant in the 2nd level, and we were occupying the main level. Although it's entirely separate from the 2nd floor, they have their own entrance, exit. Yes. So that's it. 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, living room, kitchen, laundry, refrigerators are there, dishwasher, TV. We got it for 1,300. That's inclusive of utilities, all of the utilities. We bargained it. The original price was 1,500, but since it was a kabayan, and we bargained, and that was actually the COVID period. So we tried bargaining it out lower. When we went into 1,300. But around that area for townhouses, you can look into some of those townhouses ranging from $900. Yeah, $900 for 1 bedroom townhouse, and it can go as high as 1,300 or 1,500 depending on how huge it is, and depending on the bedrooms and floors. Yes, and it also has a basement. Now, then we moved into a bigger area because it was a small space. It was about 700 square feet. So it was a little bit small. It was like a condominium style. And we wanted more space for the kids. We wanted to have a backyard, a front yard, all of those stuffs. And yeah, so we searched back into the southeast area, but we were limited into the distance because we wanted it to be near to their school, walking distance to the school, so that we don't have to commute. And we also did not have a car yet during that time, so we wanted somewhere in near the school district. So that was, I think that's it's a give and take, you know. For the distance to be closer to the school, the prices are a little bit higher. So we were able to get, this is more like a house, but it's still considered as a townhouse because it's detached to another set of houses. This one is valued at 1,500. 1, 2, 3 bedroom. Yeah, sorry, let me just count that. 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom. So we have the main floor, 2nd floor, and the basement. And then we have an open style for living room and the kitchen and the dining room. And we have a backyard, but the backyard is not exclusive to us. So it's others would have access to it as well, but there's a backyard and there's a front porch. Yeah, so it's 1.5, but it's excluding utilities. So for utilities, right now we are ranging at about 300 to 350 per month. That's for electricity, gas, water, heat. For internet, since it was our first time purchasing our own, we are with TELUS. We are paying $140 per month for high-speed internet, unlimited, and that comes with Optic TV. So that comes with the channels. Yes, and it comes with a free TV as well, so depending on what their offer is. yeah, that's it. That's for utilities. Now, it would depend on your usage as well and which provider you are in. So I would say you can roam around. Here in Canada, you have different providers for those services, so you can switch to any one of those that you prefer. Unlike in other countries where there's only one utility provider per area, so you don't have much choice and you don't have much room to check your rates and all of that. Yes, but the houses, so townhouses here would range around $1,000 to $1,500, I would say, depending on the location, depending on how many bedrooms and how huge it is, and what is included in the rent. Of course, it can be included. The utilities can be included or not. That would depend on the homeowner. And then this is townhouses. So for houses, it would range anywhere from, I've seen houses that costs $1,000 excluding utilities. This is on a monthly basis, and it can go high. It can go as high as $2,000 to $2,500 per month. So those are the single detached houses already, and you have the huge backyard and garage. Yes, and the garage as well. So our house right now has 2 parking slots included. So a really great deal, I would say. Yep. Okay, all right. Now transportation. So transportation, here you can buy a car. That would depend if you're going to buy a brand new car or a used car. So if you buy a brand new car, of course, it would depend on the model of the car that you're going to buy. We tried asking for a quote for 2019 or 2020 RAV4, Toyota RAV4, and we were quoted around $450 to $500 per month, Canadian dollars. And then on top of that, if you get a car, you would have to pay for insurance. Now, when you're here in Canada as a new driver, your insurance will still be high. It could go lower depending on the number of years that you have driven here and your history of tickets. If you have accidents or suspensions or violations, then your insurance rates may go high. But since we don't have any driving history here yet, our insurance rates were about $300 to $350 per month. So it's actually a huge cost every month if you factor in it. You can go with secondhand cars. We've looked into secondhand cars here. There's actually cars that cost $1,000 to $2,000. Those are the older model ones, sedans, SUVs, and even vans. Models around 2000 to 2010. Mileage is high, but it would actually depend if you know how to check a car, if you know how to check engines, and yes, so you can probably just take it to the mechanic and see if it's going to be worth it to buy, and you can still use it for a couple of years down the road while you are saving up for a new car, a brand new car, or trying to get your credit score up and trying to lower your insurance in the long run. So that would depend. Yes, you can also, there are also second-hand cars ranging from $5,000 to $10,000. So those are the like 2014, 2016 model for vans. So it would depend on which dealer. And you can also finance it, so you don't have to pay a huge lump sum. You can finance that. Yes. So if you don't have a car, you can use the transit. So transit is actually very accessible, buses and trains. In transit, you have to buy a ticket for you to board the bus and train. So transit passes here depend on your age. There's an amount for adult, senior, and youth. So we will look into that. We will look into a simulator. We will look into the costs of that. I will show you the real costs of that. Okay, and for gas prices in Calgary, the price of 1/4 gallon or 1 liter of gas in Calgary is 97 cents. So this average is based on 10 price points. So it also depends on which provider you're gonna go with. They vary with cents. Some memberships also have discounts in gas, so you can look into that advantage too. Oh, and for accommodation, just so you can have a better insight on how the prices would be, I will go here. We'll do a simulation of Rent Faster. So this is an online tool. It's very easy to look into the houses or condominiums or apartments or even rooms for rent here in Calgary. This is mostly where homeowners list their properties. So this is where you could get in touch with them as well. You can view photos and you can submit your rental application too. And also for transportation, I will let's try to look into Kijiji.com and Facebook Marketplace, just so you can have an idea of the cars that are available here for secondhand. Okay, and transit passes. For transit passes, we're also going to look into those in a while. Okay, for groceries. So for grocery, it would depend on which store you're going to go with. So the cheapest ones would be Walmart, Costco, Canadian Superstore. You can also go into Dollarama. The Asian stores here, there are some items that are cheap. Some are more expensive than the others. So you really have to check it out. And they also price match here. So I know a lot of people don't do their groceries in just one stop, in just one grocery store. Sometimes they buy meat in this store, and for vegetables here, and for bread or other commodities, they buy it in the area just because it's worth it to even drive there because of the savings. Okay, so we'll look into that. I can't tour you around outside, but what I usually do is I have my groceries delivered with Instacart. It's actually the same pricing as they have in store. I've looked it up, you know, when I go outside, and I remember the prices that I order online. It's just the same. You just have to pay a delivery fee and a tip for the driver, and service fees, of course, for Instacart, but it's mainly the same. So let's look into those. Meals outside, common meals here if you dine outside, like McDonald's, Jollibee, we also have that here. Pizzas, Pops, and some of our favorite go-to restaurants here. Let's try to see how much they cost, so at least you would have an idea of it as well. Alright, that's it, guys. I know it's not a lot of information, but these are actually the main ones where you spend a lot of your salary on a monthly basis. So I hope it did help. If you want to ask prices about other commodities, just let me know, and we might include that in the next part of this. Thank you, guys. See you again. Bye.